Good evening, everyone. We are streaming live at the Backyard Brawl. It's the Smith Station Panthers and the Central Red Devils on Thursday Night Football, High School Football Showcase. Georgia Alabama Sports Live, Thrift Behringer alongside Richie Rich Holters. Richard, we've been looking forward to this one all year long.
I have been looking forward to this rivalry, the Backyard Brawl, 4 miles of Opelika Road. Smith Station has not beaten Central since 2008. And I know that this has been a one-sided contest, but Smith Station, they got the home crowd behind them. They just got to believe. This is just one of those matchups where, you know, the ball bounces Smith Station's way. Just try to keep it close.
And it is raining, so it is going to be wet out there. But we're seeing the #1 team in the state of Alabama, one of the top 10 teams, in my opinion, in the entire country. The defending state champion Central Red Devils, for the first time, their football program is on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Excited to be here. We did do Smith Station Opelika, so this is the second time Smith Station's been on it. But the first time we've gotten the Red Devils football program. We got the basketball program last year and the baseball program, but now we got the football program. So buckle up. They call it the Backyard Brawl for a reason. We got a nice crowd out there. Obviously, the Central fans, they're going to come out in full support. I like what I see on the Smith Station sideline. Shout out to Toygar Isla. Shout out to Chris Gates. And without further ado, it's Panthers and Red Devils. The rivalry in East Alabama is now underway as a short kick that's going to be returned. And he's got a lot of space, still on his feet, breaking tackles. And they're already going to start in great field position as Zion James returned that all the way to the Central 40-yard line. And here he comes. He is an All-American. The guy threw for 40 touchdowns last year. His name is Andrew Alford, and he is phenomenal, the quarterback from the Central Red Devils.
Phenomenal passer. He is just one of those quarterbacks that likes to spread the football. His favorite target, Dalen Upshaw. He also got Davion Bennett. That's another receiver to watch out for.
And they're going to hand it off and getting a, I would say, 3 to 4 yard gain. Tristan Williams was the running back there to get about 4 yards for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Tristan Williams is one of their top running backs. From last year's team, the leading rusher. They also have Donovan Crow. That's another player you got to watch out for. He's a junior.
Williams in the backfield. Colin Freeberg is here on the near side, number 9. And here is Alford back to throw, and he's going to be slammed down and about the sack. Big number 78 for the Central Red Devils, making a big-time play, Michael Bonner. And it's going to set up 3rd and long. How about that pressure from the defensive lineman from the Panthers, Richard?
Yeah, Bonner was able to penetrate the line and get a big sack and set Central up on a 3rd and long situation. And let's see what play call Coach Patrick Nix has for Andrew Alford on this play. See, it's probably going to be a passing play.
Bunch formation with Freeberg and Upshaw on the other side, one-on-one. Plenty of time for Alford now. He's going to go deep. Has a man open, having to come back, but good coverage from Smith Station. Underthrew that football. And number 3, Jericus Wheat, was the one on the coverage. And then a holding penalty that's going to be declined.
They're going to decline that one
for the Red Devils.
Great coverage.
As he was looking for Carter Freeberg on that play, and that's a punting situation. Nice job by Smith Station. 3 and out with the sack, tip pass. I like what I saw from Smith Station early on defensively in this one.
You've got to be impressed with the Smith Station defense getting the stop on the first possession by the Central Red Devils. That's been uncharacteristic for Central this season, and now Smith Station's going to get the football back.
So punting situation, which I don't think anybody expected that for Central early in this one. And an excellent punt, Richard. And it's going to be downed right at the 2-yard line. So let's talk about Smith Station. They lost to Shaw the first week of the season in the state line showdown in heartbreaking fashion, 15-6. And then they come back last week and lose to a really good 5A Valley team by 28. Obviously, if you were to say what would be the spread for this, it's obviously a 3-4 touchdown favorite for Central. But Smith Station, you keep it close, keep it ugly, you can maybe manage to have a competitive game against, again, the most talented team in the state of Alabama, regardless of classification. But now they start deep in their own territory, and here comes the quarterback.
Yeah, Cohen Thomas, he is a junior. He takes over for the Smith Station Panthers under center.
And you're going to see a lot of running the football. Power I.
For Smith Station is Jalen Huff.
The offense.
Which, by the way, he's only a sophomore.
The offense for Smith Station does not, very lack thereof in the passing game. It's the best way I can put it. More of a triple option as the quarterback's going to do a QB keeper. Again, just trying to move the sticks, get out of deep in their own territory, but does set up 3rd down and short for Smith Station.
I think he was just trying to get a little breathing room there just to make this 3rd down situation so he's not in the back of the goal line. But it's a 3rd and 4. It's a manageable 3rd and 4. They do run the option, but the leading receiver, if he wants to throw it, Caden Jackson leads the team in receiving yards.
Man in motion, tall sweep, and
Good
that's going to
block.
be a 1st down. Excellent blocking by the Panthers. Good job by the offensive line getting ahead. And they're going to move the sticks. 1st down, Panthers.
And you can see the coach, Patrick Nix, for the Central Red Devils. By the way, his son is the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos.
Which news came out, by the way. And congratulations to Bo Nix, starter for the Broncos.
That was a big 1st down play by Smith Station. Now they're at the 20. They got some breathing room.
Caden Herndon was the one that got the 1st down on the tall sweep. Excuse me, Jalen Huff was the guy that got the 1st down on the tall sweep. And now we have a timeout. This game is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC, Pepsi, and of course, Zaxby's. I just had Zaxby's. And I was telling my producer, Chris, because we were arguing what's better, the kick and chicken sandwich or the big Zax Snack meal. And I told him, I was like, listen, I don't think you can go wrong either way, but there's something about the kick and chicken sandwich that I love. And I do something different. I don't put ranch on it. I put sweet and sour sauce with some Wimpy. That combination is delicious. But Zaxby's, thank you to Judson Humphreys out of Phoenix City for being one of our presenting sponsors. They're going to go back and pass. He's going to throw it up deep. And coming down with it is Caden Jackson. Holy smokes. Jackson is beating his chest in jubilation. Caught the Central Red Devils off guard there, Richard.
Really did. It looked like it was a play fake. And Cohen Thomas just let it rip. And they are now in Central territory. I mean, this is just huge momentum for Smith Station. It fires up the crowd.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now in Central territory. Fake tall sweep and gives it back to Devin Parham. And Parham goes in and gets another positive 5 or 6 yards, moving the chains. Remember, this drive started all the way at the Central 2.
Wow, yeah. It's been a big drive for Smith Station. And this is really what they need to build their confidence after starting the season 0-2. Losing to teams that you thought on paper that they should have beaten.
Cohen Thomas. Arm in motion, tall sweep to Huff. Huff gets hit immediately, and the linebacker for the Central Red Devils lays the boom, Deontay Ware, and nothing going, sets up 3rd down and 4.
Thriv, I'm going to say the oldest cliche in the book. When it comes to rivalry games, you can throw out the record books.
We've seen that at every level. I don't know if I believe that in this one, but I'm liking what I have seen so far.
Too.
From Smith Station. Thomas handoff, and Huff trying to go right up the middle, and absolutely nothing there. Brennan Core was one of the first from the Red Devils to hit him, setting up 4th down and decision time. And I wonder if they're going to punt it. It looks like he is going to bring on the punt team. But great job by Smith Station, moving the change and playing that field position game and flipping the field on the Red Devils.
Also, you got to give credit to Central's defense for stepping up. When Smith Station was threatening, Central's defense stepped up in a big way to get Smith Station off the field in a punting situation.
And almost blocked.
Wow.
And the ball, as they yell Peter, will be downed.
They did their job. They flipped the field.
It looks like they downed it around the 15. It's hard to see with the numbers. It looks like about the 15-yard line. We got coverage tomorrow, doubleheader. This was supposed to be part of the triple header, but They moved the game, the Backyard Brawl, to today because of the inclement weather for tomorrow. But we do have 2 good games. We're going on the road and going to Daugherty, Albany, as we're seeing Daugherty taking on Harris County, probably the talk of the state, Richard.
Absolutely.
Won the first 3 games against 3 top-ranked teams in 2 in 2A, 1 in 3A in Troup County, Manchester, and then, of course, Carver last week. And then we also have Pacelli taking on a GHSA school, 3A, Stone Mountain. Dave Platt and Mike Peacock will be on the call for that one, all on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
It's going to be a great lineup, and we've got some incredible games around the area.
And we're going to be high school game day because of the weather. But Pacelli has this awesome thing called the Beck Center.
Of course.
Shout out to Roger Beck, big supporter of ours. And guess what? We're going to be doing game day from the Beck Center, and we cannot wait.
Can't wait.
At Pacelli. And then on Sunday, nothing Saturday, and on Sunday, we got basketball. We got the Central Red Devils basketball team, who just added one of the top players in the state of Georgia to their roster in Jadance Ford. They're going to be taking on one of the top teams in Columbus. Carver and Central is going to be the first game of the day at CB Hoots Perfect Practice Fall League. I'm literally got chills. I'm looking at Toygar right now because I can't believe we're getting Carver Central in the first week of the Fall League. You're going to get it on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Yeah, it's going to be great. There are some other games in the area tonight that's got shifted to today because of the inclement weather, including Dadeville and Beulah. You got Lochapoka and Lynette. You got Lee Scott Academy taking on Childersburg. Which, by the way, all those games should be underway.
And handing it off. Tristan Williams gets close to 9 yards to set up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, this opens up the playbook for Andrew Alford on 2nd and 2. Let's see if he airs it out to his favorite target, Dalen Upshaw. Which, by the way, he lost Cam Coleman, who's playing at Auburn, and he lost Dylan Gentry.
And there goes on the toss sweep. Nice job by Williams. Hurdles a man and gets close to 15, moves the 6, first down at the Smith Station 40.
You know, Tristan Williams reminds me of another Central running back, J.D. McKissick, who played in Seattle, who played with Washington. I mean, when you have just skillful receivers, you forget about the fact that they have not only Tristan Williams, they also have Donovan Crow. Great run game.
And another handoff. Williams stiff arms a man and gets another 10 yards. Now you're starting to see that high-powered offense of the Central Red Devils moving the sticks. And that does equal a first down for Central.
Ground and pound, feed it to Tristan Williams. It's going to set up the pass for Andrew Alford.
Alford back to throw, wide open, catching it out on the flat and getting another Central first down is Dalen Upshaw, his favorite target, Richard.
Yeah, Dalen Upshaw, the leading receiver on this team. He has just been physical, gets open in the slot. He gets the slant route, and he's able to just make defenders look silly out there, playmaker.
By the way, one of his favorite targets last year, Cam Coleman. He's playing for Auburn.
Oh,
what a first game
incredible
from
debut
that
for
freshman.
the Auburn Tigers for Cam Coleman.
And Coach Nix has to take a timeout. He's pretty fired up, too. We'll take one as well. It's Thursday night high school football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back after this. Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season. Gets the football, and he's got a huge hole. And he gashes Smith Station again, and it's literally first down after first down after first down now on the second drive for the Red Devils.
Tristan Williams looked like he was shot out of a cannon. I love this running back. He's got great speed. I mean, he also has agility. He can make defenders miss. This has been all runs except the one pass to Upshaw.
Handed off Williams again. Williams tackled immediately. How about the big times tackle from number 30 from Smith Station? Lofton on the tackle. Minimum game, second down and 6 now for Central.
Yeah, this would be a big win if Smith Station's defense can at least hold them to a field goal. I mean, this is probably 4-down territory for Central. I mean, Thrift, I would guess they'd have a pretty good field goal kicker. I mean, we saw Central pregame. I mean, they dress over 100.
And there goes Williams. Williams to the 2 and stop right short of the goal line.
Looks like Central's going to go hurry up.
And Williams makes a man miss, walks in untouched, touchdown, Red Devils. And just like that, they're on the board up 6-0.
You know, I got to say, the Smith Station's defense, to not give up a big chunk play, that's got to be a win. But Central does what they do, long, sustainable drives. It eats up a lot of clock. And it also gives the Central defense some fresh legs on the sideline.
Alford threw one pass. That was all off the legs of Tristan Williams. And the Red Devils go up by 7 here in the backyard brawl. It's Smith Station, it's Central on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
My name is Quinty.
Football is back, and the only thing Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice refreshing sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're back here at TC Britton Field, home of the Smith Station Panthers, as the Red Devils and Panthers battle it out in the backyard brawl. And there goes Huff. Huff makes one man miss. Huff fumbles the football, and the ball's on the ground. Central players think they got it, and they do.
Yeah, you can do that. Make mistakes like that if you want to stay close with the defending 7A state champions. They'll make you pay with a turnover.
So it started with literally going 60 yards down the field because you start at the 2, you get all the way to the Central like 30-yard line, and then you have to punt. Central comes back, scores a touchdown, and then on the opening kickoff, you turn the football over. And now you're starting to see the unraveling. Smith Station needs to collect themselves, compose themselves, and either hold it Central to a punt or at least a field goal here. Going down 2 touchdowns for a team that's averaging 7 points a game would be tough, and Smith Station needs a timeout. And we're going to take another one, too. It's Georgia Alabama Sports Live High School Football Showcase, Thursday Night Football, Backyard Brawl. We'll be back after this. This Friday on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we have another amazing doubleheader as we will be covering the Pacelli Vikings at home, taking on Stone Mountain and Harris County on the road as they look to go 4-0 against Dougherty. Join us for high school game day at 5:30 p.m. with special guests Corey Black and Dave Plata. Friday nights are game nights, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're back here as Andrew Alford hands it off. Big hole, and now he's breaking tackles. His number 26, Donovan Crow, part of that awesome dynamic duo of Crow and Williams for the Red Devils, and moves to 6 for a first down.
Yeah, Donovan Crow's only a junior. He's the backup running back to Tristan Williams. But when you have a 1-2 punch in Crow and Williams, you got a pretty good ground game, and plus that O-line for Central is just opening up holes.
Alford looking, and there's going to be a holding. Number 55 is going to be the guilty culprit.
But, you know, Thrift, I do like the escapability of Andrew Alford. He doesn't see anything down the field. He's going to take off with his legs.
Deceptive quickness, and very underrated athletic ability is Andrew Alford.
Absolutely. That's what scouts see at the next level. And he is a 3-star pocket passer quarterback, according to Rivals.com.
I say 4-star. But hey, what do I know, Richard? I said I say 4-star, but what do I know?
You know, I think the Rivals.com might be adding another star. That was the preseason ratings. After they see him this season, they might be adding another star.
First down and 20.
To one of the Central coaches pregame. They lost a lot of players to the next level last season.
Alford set up a screen pass that was tipped at the line, and there's the guy that just got a sack. Big number 78 got his paws on that. Excellent job by him to be able to deflect that pass. Michael Bonner was the one that had the
he's
tip.
been the defensive star for the Smith Station Panthers. That was a good rush as they went for the blitz. Alford just tried to do a screen pass. Nobody was there.
So second down and 20 now for Andrew Alford.
We get another pre-snap penalty.
And that's going to be on the Red Devils.
Yeah, uncharacteristic penalties by Central.
So offsides against Smith Station. I thought that was going to be on Central, Richard, but that was actually on the Smith Station. So
wow.
5-yard penalty on Smith Station sets up 2nd down and 15 now instead of 2nd down and 25, if that would have been in the penalty.
Going to make this play a little bit easier for Alford and the Central offense.
Alford's going to hand it off, and there goes Crow. Crow hit, and that guy again, Mackle Bonner, I've liked number 78. He has jumped off the page, if you will. Number 78 for the Smith Station Panthers holds him to a minimum gain. 3rd down and 10 now for for Central.
Thrift, you got to love how Smith Station is just fighting for every inch, every play. This is a team that has not beat Central since 2008. The last couple of times it's been one-sided, and Smith Station is fighting.
And now Smith Station is going to take a timeout. 1:59 here in the first quarter. Central Red Devils have a tough schedule. They also, both of these teams play probably in the toughest region in the entire state.
No question.
If you look at the 7A rankings, according to the Alabama Sports Writer poll, you got Enterprise at 2, you got Auburn at 4, you also got Carver Montgomery at 7. Opelika's pretty daggum good.
2-0 in their rank.
Dothan's good. And by the way, how many teams get to make the playoffs, Richard?
Only 4.
Only 4 of those teams.
One of those teams is not going to make the playoffs.
Somebody's not making it.
I do want to say, 2 years ago, I was here for Beam when Smith Station knocked off Prattville. Huge upset. They never beat Prattville in their school history. A great moment. I mean, sometimes you got to just take moments like that, and you just got to build off of it. Of course, Smith Station, their 2nd-year head football coach, Coach Bryant Harrison, who took over for Coach Mike Glisson.
If you're watching on Facebook, you might as well go ahead and like. We live stream 16 different schools. We do all different types of sports. Like us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. Alford, RPO, caught, easy, walk-in touchdown. Nice job by the quarterback in the RPO and finding a wide open slant route from number 81 from the Central Red Devils for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's Andrew Alford's 6th touchdown pass of the season.
And he found sophomore number 81, Brandon Brown, on the touchdown pass. So 3rd down and 10, put the ball in the hands of your quarterback, and he delivers with 6.
Yeah, Thrift Central's got a lot of depth on this team.
An extra point is up and good. It wasn't literally 3 minutes ago in game action, Smith Station was driving the football, and now they're down 14-0 just like that. So if you're Smith Station, obviously you want to keep the football, keep it out of the hands of the high-flying Central offense, but you also now got to put points on the board. What was, trying to keep it a low-scoring game, now you're going to have to actually score points, which has been
no question.
Very tough for the Panthers in these first 2 weeks, and they're playing against one of the best defenses in the entire state and Central.
Well, Smith Station got off to a hot start. They stopped Central on their first possession, and then they marched down the field and got into Central territory. But since then, it's been all Central, long, methodic drives, and they capitalize on the turnover, and they go up by 2 touchdowns. Smith Station has got to respond here. They have got to score. Otherwise, this game could get out of hand.
The offensive line from Central has been dominant after that first opening 3 and out. As it is almost standing room only here as Huff gets it at the 25, cuts it back up to the 30, still on his feet, brought down right at the 35-yard line. And here comes Thomas, the quarterback. As, like you said, a really good opening drive, even had that deep pass play. But after that, went backwards and had to punt the football, and they're going to start at their own 35.
Yeah, I think that Smith Station's going to have to do some trickery. There's nothing that this Central defense hasn't seen so far in this game. By the way, a special shout out to their defensive coach, Damon the Nighthawk Daniels. We called many a Columbus Lions games during the summer as they won the championship for the AIF. Coach Daniels.
Shout out to the Lions. We'll be doing their coverage this year. And that's going to be offsides as number 22 for the Central Red Devils, the defensive lineman Emmanuel Smith, that jumped offside, so make it 1st and 5 now for Smith Station.
So Coach Patrick Nix, he's been the Central head coach since 2019. He took over for a longtime coach, Jamie DuBose, who won a state championship in 2018. And Central has been in this championship a couple times against Thompson. They finally break through and beat Thompson last year to win their 3rd state title in program history.
Thomas fumbles the football and landing on top of it. Literally looked like he tripped over one of his teammates' legs, fumbled the football, and big number 91 for the Central Red Devils, Elijah Stevens Edmonds, picks it up, and now the floodgates are opening up, Richard.
Yeah, Thrift, if you want to stay in this game against Central, you cannot turn the ball over. Smith Station has done that twice already. Central is going to make you pay, as they are the team that capitalizes the most. I mean, they've put in 61 points on Pinson Valley week 1. Week 2, they only scored 30 against Lutheran North. I think Central's ready to just open up this offense, and Andrew Alford.
And he's going to fire it out quickly on an RPO, and there is number 5, Dalen Upshaw. And Upshaw makes a couple people miss, moves the chains, 1st down, Central at the Smith Station 20.
Dalen Upshaw's got experience. He was with that trio of receivers last year, Alvin Gentry, Cam Coleman. Andrew Alford's got confidence with Upshaw. They're on the same page most of the time. He had a big game against Pinson Valley week 1. He's going to be a special player that's going to play at the next level.
Williams, handoff. Williams makes a man miss, makes another man miss. Race to the corner. Touchdown, Red Devils. Williams breaks through a couple tackles, makes a couple people miss. Central's up 20-0.
Tristan Williams, 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. This is a very underrated back. I hope that the scouts are able to see the film on this, because he's going to play at the next level. Tristan Williams is a very special, unique back. It just, when you think of Central, you think of Andrew Alford in the passing game, but they have got a very good featured back that has been getting a lot of carries. He's got his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
A minute left here in the 1st quarter, and in about 3.5 minutes of game time, the Red Devils have scored 3 straight touchdowns off of 2 turnovers. And it's...
Yeah, they've scored 14 points in under a minute. I mean, this was 7-0 with about 2 minutes to go in the 1st. And it's now 21-0.
Back-to-back fumbles, one on the kickoff, and then the next one by Cohen Thomas.
Throwing out footballs to the Central fans. I tell you, as expected, Thrift, a lot of Central fans here packing the visitor side.
Same for Smith Station. Great turnout for this game.
For a Thursday night football game, this is a huge turnout. Both schools. They both have passionate fan bases.
So,
although I got to say, Thrift, I've never been to a football game at Garrett Harrison Stadium for Central. I know you have, because you covered the game when they played IMG Academy.
I've been there several times, and when they played in their playoff games, and there's going to be a kickoff that goes out of bounds, so Smith Station will start.
Yeah, legal procedure.
With good field position. And now if you're Smith Station, basically, I would say at least the second one, that was an unforced turnover for Smith Station as Cohen Thomas tripped over his own guy's leg. He was already bobbling the football, and as he falls to the ground, the ball comes out, and Central just lands on top of it.
Yeah, Jalen Huff did cough it up on the kickoff return earlier, but that was forced by the Central special teams. Smith Station, they have got to cut down on the turnovers. They really need a long, methodical drive to give their defense a rest, because Central has able to capitalize scoring really quick after forcing the turnovers.
So Thomas is back in with Huff. And handoff. And nice 3, maybe. I'm going to give him 3. A generous 3-yard gain as Caden Herndon was the guy that had the carry. 2nd down and 7. Making the tackle was defensive back Daniel Cameron for the Red Devils. And I think he got him to jump off sides, but no penalty though. And set up 3rd down. I thought he may have got his head over the ball, but they're going to say it wasn't a penalty. So it's going to set up 3rd down and about 6.5, short 7, long 6 for Smith Station.
Really good stop by number 22, Emmanuel Smith, on that D line for Central. Another great Central defensive end, T.J. Parker, who had a big rush on Carson Beck in that Georgia-Clemson game.
21-0 after 1. Smith Station got off to a good start, forced a 3-and-out, goes 60 yards down the field, but had to punt. And it's been all downhill since. Central, though, capitalizing on turnovers and moving the ball with ease. It's 21-0 Red Devils over the Panthers in the Backyard Brawl, Thursday Night Football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, the full-size GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to a giant $15,000 off. GMC Canyons with plenty of power and excellent towing ability, up to $5,000 off. And the roomy and enjoyable compact SUV, the popular GMC Terrains, up to $6,750 off.
Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi. We're back here at the Backyard Brawl as Smith Station has it on 3rd down and 7. Thomas fakes the toss sweep, sets up the screen pass to Huff, and Huff has nothing and loses 3 or 4 yards. So it's going to be another punting situation, it looks like, for the Red Devils. The Panthers.
Yeah, we switched sides of the field, start of the 2nd quarter. That Central defense has come alive, Thrift. They've been able to stop Smith Station. After they gave up that big play early on in the 1st quarter, that defense just decided to impose their will, and they've been very disciplined tackling, and there hasn't been anything open in space for the Smith Station offense.
And the punt
brought the house.
Will be downed at the Smith Station, Central 40-yard line. We're going to stay right here as 21-0 Central on top of Smith Station. We'll pull up Central's schedule and see who they have coming up here in just a moment.
I do know that they face Dothan. A big shout out to Philip Jordan, who covers Dothan.
By the way, not only do they have a tough region and tough opponents in the region, they also have to go and face IMG Academy.
Oh, IMG Academy.
And they already
lose.
Right.
Yeah. This is the same IMG Academy.
And that one's going to be caught. Nice job. You see the fling, the beautiful throw.
Clean pocket.
Just
methodical throws.
When you think of perfect pocket passer and someone's got the perfect form to play the quarterback position at this level, it's number 13 in red, white, and black for the Central Red Devils, Andrew Alford.
Well, if you look at his coach, Patrick Nix, he coached Bo Nix, Caleb Nix, who was a starter here at Central, Jalen Epps, and now Andrew Alford.
That was Michael Bass that made the pass. Throws it to Upshaw on the RPO and gets 5 yards to set up Second down and manageable. So Central's got Dothan, then that Enterprise game, which will be 1 versus 2 at home. If we're not calling, in which we always got a busy schedule in Georgia Alabama Sports Live, but that would be a game I would love to go cover.
Down to Enterprise.
Right. Now, that's actually at home. So they'll be playing Enterprise at home.
Enterprise last year
Sidearm pass to number 81 for the Red Devils, Brandon Brown. A guy that's called a touchdown already and moves the chains.
Last year on high school game day, I actually called the upset. The Enterprise would beat Central at Enterprise, and I think Central won that game like 51-0.
Yeah, one of the hot takes from Richard.
That was a big hot take that I was eating crow after that one.
Yeah, I would never pull something like that, Richie. And then they got IMG Academy after Enterprise, and then Auburn after that. How about that 3-week? And then Carver Montgomery, and then Opelika. So just week after week, elite level competition on the Red Devils schedule. Handing off to Crow. Crow tackled, but carrying the pile.
Thrift, when I think of this region, I like to nickname this region the Group of Death. I mean, you look at all the top teams in this region, and only 4 make the playoffs. And Auburn plays Opelika tomorrow. Both are 2-0. You got Dothan taking on Enterprise. Both are 2-0. We'll see some clarity in this region after this week.
Wondering what's happening.
They're going to
and they're going to say illegal formation on the Red Devils. So 5-yard penalty makes it 2nd down and 12 now for Central. Coach Patrick Dix in his now 4th season. 2020 was his first. 2021 lost in the state. 2022 semifinal, and 2023 won the state championship. He already had 2 of them at Pinson Valley, so that's 3 in his career. And wide open, there goes Crow, breaks a tackle, makes a man miss, jukes another guy, and finally brought down. You're seeing Williams making people miss, Crow makes people miss. Just this tandem, it doesn't matter who's running it, they're going to be able to move the football.
Oh, this is a very special running back tandem.
First and goal now for the Red Devils.
Yeah, Smith Station is back here at home next week against Carver Montgomery. Then they'll play Opelika up in Opelika on the 20th of September.
Crow's still in the game, and I'm willing to bet Crow's going to get the football. No. And instead, it's going to be an RPO to a slanting Dalen Upshaw, but the pass was behind him. And Davon Jones was the one that knocked it away for the Panthers to set up 2nd and goal now.
That was just a simple slant pattern to Dalen Upshaw, and a great play by Jones to knock it away.
Handoff, Crow, touchdown. Too easy. And there is 4 straight touchdowns now for the Central Red Devils.
Yeah, that's Donovan Grove's first rushing touchdown. This is the 3rd rushing touchdown for the Central Red Devils. You know, Thrift, I've been impressed with Andrew Alford's passing ability, but it's also the run game of Central that has given him that balanced attack.
It's 28-0. And I don't want to say that you want to cut the lights out, but it's not looking good right now for Smith Station. We'll take a break. It's Thursday Night Football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi. We're back in the press box at TC Britton Field. As the rain has finally gone away. It's a beautiful night without the rain. The weather's actually feels like football weather. And they're going to see the ball hit the ground, so that means it was down. So if you're Smith Station at this point, Richard, you just want to keep this respectable. You want to work on getting better each and every week and trying to move the football, trying to get a touchdown, keep your head high. I know that's what the coach is going to be trying to do here in year 2 as he is establishing his culture, doing a really good job, but just a tough test against the best team in the state with Central.
And you got to remember, Smith Station is a 7A school. They are in the toughest region in the state of Alabama. I know that Coach Harrison's got his work cut out, but they just got to continue to improve.
And on the toss sweep, getting a nice.
You know, Thrift, from what I saw on the State Line Showdown when they faced Shaw, that Smith Station's defense held their own. They could have won that game, but they didn't. And then they just couldn't build off any momentum, and Valley ended up beating them at home, which is a tough place to play, but they lost that game 36-8. You got to build off your home crowd, but it's very tough, especially when you're playing one of the best teams in the nation.
Cohen Thomas hit, and I thought the ball was still alive there. They finally blow it dead, but Brennan Core, the linebacker, hit Thomas hard there on that play. Third down. And Thomas keeps it, tries to.
It's gonna be a fumble.
Yep. He was trying to flip it to his running back counterpoint there, but luckily Smith Station was able to hop on, and that'd have been another easy setup for Central. Oh, it is recovered by Central.
Yeah. Third turnover by Smith Station.
I thought that was Smith Station football.
Thrift, and it is hard when you spent the last 2 seasons with back-to-back 1-9 seasons. Smith Station's just got to find something just to build off of. And, you know, I know when you're playing a rival like Central, I mean, it's just Central's playing on another level. I mean, you're facing a team that really has imposed their will on just about everybody on their schedule.
Alford, Crow in the backfield with him. Alford looking, firing into the end zone. And it's going to fall incomplete.
Yeah, he just wasn't on the same sheet of music as his receiver. Again, that's the second time we've heard Jones's name. Good coverage by Jaylon Jones for Smith Station.
Alford. Upshaw. Trying to get upended and just keeps moving the chains. They finally blow it dead, but not before 8 yards, set up 3rd down and 2 for the Red Devils.
You know, Thrift, he does remind me of another receiver who just happened to win a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs, the former Central Red Devil, Justin Ross. I think they wore the same number, too. I think Justin Ross was number 5.
Wide receiver U. That's what they call Central these last 6 years.
Receiver U, I love that. Carmelo English.
Alford, Upshaw, touchdown. Juke one man out, got arm tackled by the necks, and walks in for a touchdown. And Central now up by 5 touchdowns.
And give Andrew Alford his 2nd touchdown pass of the game. That's his 7th of the season. And I think, Thrip, we're going to start tallying that up because he had over 40 last year. I think he's on a good pace to match what he did his junior year.
And Central's up 35-0. Man. We'll be back after this. Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi. It's 35-0 Central on top of Smith Station right now. My man's getting a workout, the kicker for Central. And another fumble. The ball's still on the ground. And ball's still floating everywhere. Still loose. And
that just might be turnover number 4.
no, it's going to be Smith Station.
Smith Station got it. They caught a break. I thought, and especially the crowd up here, thought that Central just forced their 4th turnover.
Jack Clanclough is the kicker, and he has been getting a workout, Richard. 5 extra points, 5
He sure
kickoffs. And that was almost another disastrous turnover from Smith Station deep in their own territory. And they're going to lose 4 or 5 yards. Faked me out, thought he gave it a huff. But number 24 for Smith Station was actually the one that had it, Caden Herndon, and he lost several. Set up 2nd down and long now.
Well, one bright spot from last game against Valley, Cohen Thomas did have a 53-yard touchdown run. That was the only points that they got. But this offense really hasn't got going. They only put up 6 against Shaw in week 1.
2nd down and 15 now. And tried to pass it.
Yeah,
and
that's definitely pass interference.
Pass interference was looking for Travis Barnes. Barnes got held there, so that's going to be a 1st down for Smith Station.
Well, the Central defender was pretty much all over him. And that was clearly in right where the head official was able to throw the flag. He had no choice but to throw the flag. It'll be a fresh set of downs for Smith Station.
So Smith Station will be around the 37-yard line. And they need a timeout. We'll take one too. Thursday Night Football here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. One of my daughters is a student at CVCC right now. She's going through the arts program. I've got another son who's right behind her who's about to graduate school, and he's already talking about going to CV. and he's ready for it. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. It was a great experience, and I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC has got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Smith Station sets up first down. And another whistle being blown. Counter play, still on his feet, still being slung around, and finally hit hard, and it's going to be a loss. Set up second down now.
Yeah, Devin Parham just refused to go down, but Central takes him back for a loss on the play. There's got to be a point in the game where Coach Nix is going to start putting his second stringers in there. And his third stringers. Especially, you're up by 5 touchdowns.
Thomas, Huff moving the pile, trying to get close to the 6. Toss sweep. First down, still on his feet, and gets into Central territory. Hard run from Herndon. Nice job and run from him. Good blocking up front from Central.
And that was the biggest offensive play for Smith Station since the start of the first quarter. Maybe they get a little bit of momentum and try to get a score before halftime. They get the ball to start the second half. Who knows? They get some life here.
Herndon trying to break it to the outside. Does,
he
and there.
He got the edge.
But there is a flag that it would be a first down if it doesn't come back.
I think that's coming back. I did like the speed of Herndon. He did get the edge, a big yardage play, but it's going to be all for nothing as they are marching back.
It's going to be a penalty on Smith Station. 3:59 until the half. So first down and about 22 on this play. Thomas looking, firing deep, and overshoots everybody.
Yeah, that pass was intended for Caden Jackson. Jackson had the big play in that first half, but that was really the only big offensive explosive play for Thomas, and this Smith Station offense has really been just, they haven't done anything. The Central defense is doing their thing.
After this game, and of course we need to get Jordan, but we'll pretty much have done almost everybody in our area, Richard. Columbus High, we're going to get them in the Midtown Showdown. Richard, you'll be there for that. As Huff got
a block.
Speed and gets the first down. How about that screen pass from Thomas?
Love
Moves
the screen
the
pass
chains.
to Huff. Huff did a great job just making a man miss, getting a big chunky yardage, and now Smith Station's in Central territory. Which, by the way, we did do Jordan. Last year, that was our first game ever on Columbus side on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Jordan and Columbus last year.
Handoff. Another decent game on first down. So we'll get all 16 teams that we cover here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Yeah, I love seeing Huff just getting a lot of carries here. You know, he was the backup to Quentin Brooks last year.
And right now, Coach Nix doesn't like the effort from his team. We'll take a timeout, 3:10 remaining, all Central here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs, discounted up to $13,750 off. Chevy Equinox with discounts up to $6,000 off. And listen to this, 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, as low as $295 a month. Brand new Chevy Blazer EV, 24 months lease, just $295 a month.
Get ready to smile.
Welcome back here to TC Britton Field, Panther Stadium. The Central Red Devils leading the Smith Station Panthers 35-0. But Smith Station on a little bit of a drive is Cohen Thomas. Big pass to Huff. He's now under center. The handoff is to Huff. And Huff just gets swarmed by a bunch of white jerseys. That Central D line is just holding form. Now we got some flags, maybe some
extracurricular.
Extracurricular
happening.
We expected this in a rivalry game 3.
But the last thing Central wants, or really anybody, is someone getting ejected. We'll see what the penalty is on. Is it offsetting, or is it going to be on, and it looks like it's going to be on Central.
Yeah, these two fan bases do not like each other.
And that is going to be on Central. So a 15-yard penalty means first down.
All right, now if you're Smith
right
Station,
inside the 15.
You got to score here if you're Smith Station. You got plenty of time. There's 2:58 left until halftime. Got to score here. Come on, you got to make it interesting.
Toss sweep, Huff being chased and hit hard. Thrown out of bounds. Clock keeps running. About a 2-yard gain. 2nd and 8.
Talk about big hits in high school football. That was a huge hit on Huff. That Central defender. Big playmaker just trying to keep Smith Station out of the end zone. This Central defense has got an opportunity to step up here and still pitch a shutout.
Thomas
you made him
draws him off sides. Good job by Cohen Thomas. And the defensive line, it's all mad at each other for Central. Not being disciplined there. So second down and 4 now inside the 10 for Smith Station, right on the doorstep of scoring a touchdown. Handoff, Huff, nothing. Third down.
Yeah, you got to go for a play fake here. Central's going to be expecting the run. I think somebody called a timeout. The clock stops with 2:05 left to go until halftime.
Nope,
So
clock's still running.
So this is not the first Central Smith Station game we have called on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We called a baseball game,
Yeah,
Central
we did.
Smith Station.
Yes, we did. And Thomas is going to keep it,
Pushing the pile.
trying to get the first down. He's going to be right at the 6. I think he may have gotten it depending on the spot. Nope, they're going to say short, so set up 4th down, and obviously Smith Station's going to go for it.
Yeah,
I
you
mean, what do
definitely
you got to
gotta go
lose
for it.
at this point?
You got nothing to lose. Yeah, it's
Minute and a
probably,
half.
what, 4th and inches.
And minute and a half before halftime.
I think QB sneak, pull it under center.
Nothing's been positive aside for that first about 5 or 6 minutes of the
absolutely.
game for Smith Station. But if they get a score right here, that's something you can keep your head up for heading in the second half. Build a little momentum, try to keep it respectable.
The fact that your defense stopped Central on the first possession, that was a big win. And then the offense drove into Central territory. But since then, it has been all Central. And we get another timeout.
And we'll take one, too. 57.3 until half. Smith Station, 4th down, right inside the 5 on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. This Friday on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we have another amazing doubleheader as we will be covering the Pacelli Vikings at home, taking on Stone Mountain and Harris County on the road as they look to go 4-0 against Dougherty. Join us for high school game day at 5:30 p.m. with special guests Corey Black and Dave Plata. Friday nights are game nights, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Second quarter here, about to be halftime, 35-0. Smith Station, 4th down. They need to get about half a yard to keep this drive alive. Smith Station was trying to draw them off sides, and there is a penalty,
That on Smith Station.
which would be killer if it is.
By the way, third quarter, LaGrange leading Trinity Christian 41-7.
So that is a false start. And now what was 4th down and 1 is 4th and 6.
Yeah, Thrift, a lot of games got moved to tonight because of expected inclement weather coming in tomorrow, including Dadeville and Beulah, Lee Scott, Childersburg, Lynette, Lochapoka, Eufaula, Montgomery Catholic.
So here's 4th down for Thomas and the Panthers. Huff in the backfield with Herndon. Jackson one-on-one to the near side. He's going to throw. Trying to do a throwback screen, still on his feet. Fires into the end zone. Caught by Jackson for a first down.
Wow, what a catch.
How about that play? There is,
Love
though,
it.
a flag because it's roughing the passer on Smith Station.
Oh, what fancy footwork by Cohen Thomas.
We're going to take a timeout. We'll be back after this. Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi. Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, the full-size GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to a giant $15,000 off. GMC Canyons with plenty of power and excellent towing ability, up to $5,000 off. And the roomy and enjoyable compact SUV, the popular GMC Terrains, up to $6,750 off.
Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone. We had an injured player. He is able to get up on his own accord. He is having to be helped off the field, an injured Smith Station player. We hope he has a speedy recovery, and we hope that nothing is too serious. 48.4 seconds, though. But how about the play from Thomas?
Yeah.
Gets away from the pressure, delivers a heck of a throw, great catch by Jackson, and then gets hit roughing the passer. So now it's first and goal at the 1 for the Panthers.
Plenty of time to try to run this in. He's got to watch the clock. There's 48 seconds left to go. Smith Station, all they could think about right now is just try to get this touchdown, because you're going to get the ball to start the second half. By the way, it is opening night in the NFL, Thrift. We got a big one right now.
Ravens and Chiefs.
All
But
tied at 7.
don't leave us yet. You can literally
No,
watch both.
You can
As
watch
Smith
both.
Station's going to get
Did
in
he get it?
for a touchdown.
Oh, there you go.
And Cohen Thomas gets him on the board. Touchdown, Smith Station. That's got to be a confidence booster with 44.8 remaining, as you're hearing the Smith Station fans cheering. They're going to do a fake and get a two-point conversion. How about that? Smith Station.
They did get the two-point conversion last week.
They're staying, well,
You know,
they're competing, and that's
they
all
are
that
competing.
matters.
You put up 8 points on Central, you're going to get the ball to start the second half.
They've scored 8 and 6 in their first 2 weeks, so they've already tied the most amount of points they've scored so far in this season. So another touchdown against this team. I mean, if you're Smith Station, you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, this is a confidence booster.
That was Zayden Hart, by the way. He called the two-point conversion.
Look, you got to find positives in this game, especially you got a whole long season to go. This is the first region contest. You still have other region opponents. Smith Station, they got to feel great about themselves. They're able to get a touchdown.
Mayor Eddie Lowe of Phoenix City down on the field.
Big shout out to Eddie Lowe.
Supporting his
Mayor.
Red Devils.
Former Phoenix City Central Red Devil. And I think of great Central Red Devils players. I think of Jeremiah Castile, who played for the Denver Broncos. How about J.D. McKissick, played for Seattle and Washington. Justin Ross, who won a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. Carmelo English plays for the Michigan Wolverines. That really fired up the Smith Station crowd.
And a booming kick. And return 15,
Here's Upshaw.
20, Upshaw 30, 40, out of bounds, 45, 38.1 remaining until halftime.
I'm going to say this, Thrift. Dalen Upshaw is a playmaker. He gives Central great field position. One way Central can respond, well, Andrew Alford's got 38 seconds. He could take some shots to the end zone. And we know that he is capable of doing that. He already has 2 touchdown passes tonight for 7 on the season. Yeah, I think Central's going to be aggressive here. They're going to try to go for the score.
Alford rolls to his left, gets it out quickly.
Good tackle.
And nothing as Brown, who already has a touchdown catch. Clock still running, timeout. Central has a timeout. Obviously, they're not going to use it.
They're not going to use
up
it.
35-7, but they are going to try to see if they can get some easy points here before halftime.
That was a big defensive stop by Smith Station.
Alford. And that would have been an
doesn't
interception.
Yeah, that
But they're
whistle
going
was
to get a penalty on Central. And a miscommunication between Andrew Alford and his receiver, as he is telling Brown, can't make that mistake, because that would have been maybe a pick 6.
Oh, no
so
question.
that penalty really helped Central. And now, are you even trying to go for points at this point with 12 seconds remaining? Clock running. Should be the final play of the half. Gets it out. Brown's got it. Brown hit. And that will be the half. Now, there is a penalty, though.
I tell you what, Thrift, Smith Station is playing hard. They are not giving up in this game.
See what the penalty's on. And that is, they're going to say decline, and they're going to go to half. Smith Station started the game off hot and ended the half really well, but everything in between was Central. 35-8. We're going to take a break. More on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
My name is Quinteria Perry, and this is my CVCC story. I've graduated from CVCC with my associates in medical assistant, and I received my certification from CVCC. The training that I got from CVC and being prepared to come and do clinicals helped tremendously. I started looking at scholarships, and the Ambassador Scholarship was interesting to me because you did events to earn your scholarship and you meet people. My favorite part about my job is meeting patients every day. They will crack me up every day. They make my day better. I would recommend CVCC to anyone that asks because of the scholarships, the teachers, the small stuff that you can't get at a university. They actually take the time out for each student.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs, discounted up to $13,750 off. Chevy Equinox with discounts up to $6,000 off. And listen to this, 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, as low as $295 a month. Brand new Chevy Blazer EV, 24 months lease, just $295 a month.
Get ready to smile.
Georgia-Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia-Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice, refreshing Sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. This Friday on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, we have another amazing doubleheader as we will be covering the Pacelli Vikings at home, taking on Stone Mountain and Harris County on the road as they look to go 4-0 against Dougherty. Join us for high school game day at 5:30 p.m. with special guests Corey Black and Dave Plata. Friday nights are game nights, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
Yeah, I was very impressed with Smith Station scoring that touchdown. This is their first touchdown they scored in Central. I gotta look for next reps and see what the score is. That's scored. Alright, so I'm gonna go through some of these scores of Express. And we'll talk about it on the podcast. That's what one of the coaches. I want to confirm. Last year was 51-0. 38-0.
Right there to make that pass.
Yeah. All right, so 2024, 2023, 2021. The last 3 years, they got shut out by Central. The last time they scored a touchdown was 2020. And that was Coach Patrick Nix's first year. Remember that was like the 6-5 year where Central was kind of. They lost a lot of games. Michael Long as a regular contributor. He had a very good segment in high school football. He's getting 30 minutes of great content. He's here? I don't know where he's at.
This Friday on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we have another amazing doubleheader as we will be covering the Pacelli Vikings at home, taking on Stone Mountain and Harris County on the road as they look to go 4-0 against Dougherty. Join us for high school game day at 5:30 p.m. with special guests Corey Black and Dave Plata. Friday nights are game nights, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
My name is Sergeant Jason Swells, and this is my CVCC story. Class sizes were not too large. The professors in each class had time to talk. It was almost like a one-on-one experience. One of my daughters is a student at CVCC right now. She's going through the arts program. I've got another son who's right behind her who's about to graduate school, and he's already talking about going to CV, and he's ready for it. CVCC did prepare me for my career. They made sure you knew the subject before you walked out of the class, before you took the test. They dedicated 100% of themselves to it. It was a great experience, and I could say for anybody who's deciding or thinking about going into criminal justice, CVCC got my vote all day long because they're on top of their game.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice, refreshing Sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We're back here at Georgia Alabama Sports Live. TC Brittenfield, Smith Station and Central. First half, Smith Station got a 3rd and out on Central. Drove 6 yards down the field after starting at their own 2. Gets deep into Central territory, ends up having a punt, and then the rest was history. Central got multiple turnovers, easy touchdowns, and they were up 35-8. Smith Station did get a touchdown.
Yes.
At the end of the half.
And it was brought to our attention, that was the first time that Smith Station has scored on Central since 2020. By the way, we do have a score update. Lee Scott Academy leading Childersburg 21-12 at the half. We'll try to get a score update on that Lynette Lochapoka game. Michael Buchanan's on the call. I just texted him. See if maybe we can get a score update from Michael Buchanan. Beulah is taking on Dadeville. We don't have a score for that.
Central will start with the kickoff. And we are underway here in the second half as that one is muffed. Picked up is Huff, and Huff will be stopped So if you're the Central coaching staff, Richard, what are you seeing in this one? What are your expectations in the second half?
Well, you have got to clean up the mistakes that they made to allow Smith Station to score a touchdown. This defense has got to impose their will on the Smith Station offense. They've got to get a big stop. They've already forced 3 turnovers. And that really, if the turnovers don't happen, this is a lot closer game. You gave Central great field position, but if you're Smith Station, you got to build off that momentum from scoring the touchdown in the half. And let's see what the Smith Station offense does here. And there's a long pass, and that is going to be picked off by the Red Devils defender. That was number 8 with the interception. We got flags on the play. He refuses to go down. But let's see what the flag is on. That was number 8, and we've got, trying to see number 8 on the roster.
Well, I'll tell you, last time Smith Station threw a deep pass like that was back in the first quarter on the opening drive, and they were able to connect. But this time, overshoots everyone, and it is intercepted.
Yeah, this is going to come back. This is a block in the back on the pick. The pick will count, but Central is not going to get the field position that they are going to get. They're going to back them up a little bit. Thrift, we do have a score update. The Lynette Panthers in the third quarter leads Lochapoka 13-0. By the way, LaGrange ends up winning over Trinity Christian 41-7 to go to 2-2 on the season.
So Central, after another Smith Station turnover, will start deep in their territory with 11:37 here in the third quarter. Alford with Crow in the backfield. Fires, caught, touchdown. Throws behind, what a catch from Upshaw. And then, you know, the rest is history with him. Makes a man miss and scores easily for 6.
3 touchdowns. Give Andrew Alford 3 touchdowns in the game. His 8th touchdown of the season. That's Dalen Upshaw's 2nd touchdown reception of the game. And what a way to start for the Central Red Devils to answer back after giving up that touchdown. And they come out and they strike first here in the second half. That's a low snap. And the kick is good. So with 11:30 left to go here in the third. It's 41-8 now.
42-8. And
42-8. Yeah.
Cohen Thomas
Little
with an interception there on that first. Just overshot his intended receiver. And Red Devils now will kick. It's 42-8.
I know that Central's up 42-8, but you really got to give credit to Smith Station for hanging in there, scoring the first points for the first time since 2020. And they really, if it wasn't for the 3 turnovers, I think that this game would have been a little bit closer. I mean, the fans are hanging in there. The weather is cleared up. I mean, it's really a great night for some Thursday night football. Of course, a lot of these games got moved to Thursday night because of the inclement weather.
Tell you what, I was impressed by both bands, though, at halftime. Put on a pretty good performance. And deep kickoff. Bumbled again. And ball's loose.
Oh, another. Nope, they recovered it.
Recovered it. It would have been another turnover. That ball somehow does not seem to stay with Smith Station. It just keeps falling out of the hands.
By the way, a big shout out to Michael Long Jr., the assistant baseball coach at Russell County, who's here in attendance. His wife does teach at Central. And hopefully, he's been a part of Georgia Alabama Sports Live on the broadcast. Last year, we were here calling the Smith Station Opelika game.
Thomas. And handoff that gets minimal gain there.
Yeah, the one thing about the Central defense, they have fresh legs out there. They're a very deep team. They dress at least 100 players. And when you have depth like that, you could play your third stringers, your fourth stringers, and still just be competitive. And really, they don't get tired because they have fresh legs out there.
Second down and 8 now. Counter play that gets blown up immediately, so third down now and long. And if you're Central, obviously you're up 34. This game's pretty much over with, but you just want to clean up some things, make sure no one's injured, nobody gets hurt, nobody gets in trouble, and get ready for what will be a big game next week. You got Enterprise the week after that, IMG the week after that, and then Auburn. So that the 3-week span of Enterprise, IMG, and Auburn is a gauntlet unlike any other. So Central got a tough task, but they are up by 34 here.
Yeah, depending on what happens in that Dothan Enterprise game, they could end up matching up against Dothan, both undefeated.
Thomas under duress and just has to throw it away, and that may be a late hit.
That's got to be intentional grounding too. There was no receiver in the area.
Now there is a flag.
He rolls to his left, he feels the pressure, and he just gets rid of it. But there was no receiver in the area. I'm surprised that the refs didn't call intentional grounding. By the way, the Glenwood-Beulah Vol supposed to be on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. It got postponed to a later date because Beulah has a football game tonight, and they didn't have the manpower to have a volleyball game and a football game at the same time.
Penalty on Central there, so that's
fresh set of downs for Smith Station.
It's first down now.
A huge penalty. Oh, it is third down. So the penalty is not an automatic first down.
No, it is automatic first down. They just haven't fixed the sticks.
They do,
so
okay.
First and 10.
I was waiting for the chain gang to go ahead and change the down marker.
Cohen Thomas. Tall sweep. Herndon gets positive gain. And another penalty. We've seen quite a few of them here in this second half. We'll see what the penalty is on.
At this point, you just got to do what works. Just move the ball, eat up clock, keep your defense on the sidelines. Just let's not make this into a game where you're just giving Central points. Are they backing this up again? We got another flag.
So this one's going to be on Smith Station. We're going to get a illegal procedure to set up first down and 15 now for Cohen Thomas and Smith Station.
So Thrift, these two schools, I mean, we've seen them battle in baseball in a semifinal playoff game. Basketball, they've always had great matchups. 4 miles of Opelika Road separate these two schools.
Thomas, counter, handoff, nice gain.
Good open space.
And gets to the original line of scrimmage to set up now second down and 10. Remember, tomorrow, a lot of the Muskogee County schools are on byes. We'll have Pacelli and we have Harris County. Glenwood on the road at Comer, BB Comer. Gators already up 2-0. Already 2-0 on the season.
2-0 Glenwood and ranked in the first poll for the Alabama Writers Association.
We'll take a break. We'll be back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
This Friday on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we have another amazing doubleheader as we will be covering the Pacelli Vikings at home, taking on Stone Mountain and Harris County on the road as they look to go 4-0 against Dougherty. Join us for high school game day at 5:30 p.m. with special guests Corey Black and Dave Plata. Friday nights are game nights, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Welcome back, everyone. Thomas out.
Got a screen.
Caught.
Good blockers.
3rd down and 6 now for Smith Station.
So Smith Station led by their athletic director, Coach Shauna Johnson. We appreciate Coach Johnson for just allowing us to be here at Smith Station to live stream this game. And we just really appreciate everything that Smith Station has done. And we're looking forward to calling future Smith Station games, including basketball, baseball. Really, this is a great play. A lot of passionate fans here. I love coming here to TC Britton Field, Panther Stadium.
So Thomas on 3rd and 7. Screen pass.
Screen.
Here comes Herndon. Herndon breaks a tackle, gets the 1st down. Nice job moving the 6. And good job by Thomas, and nice job by Herndon getting out in space.
Good call by Coach Bryant Harrison to dial up the screen pass to pick up the 1st down yardage for Smith Station. And they got a little bit of momentum. They've already scored a touchdown on Central. Let's see what they could do here. Remember, the last 3 years Smith Station has played Central, they've been shut out. I mean, this is a positive in the right direction for Smith Station.
Nothing going there.
It's going nowhere. And a little tussling there. Dalen Upshaw just trying to. Yeah, so the last time that Smith Station scored on Central was in the year 2020. 2021, 2022, and 2023, Central did shut out Smith Station. So, I mean, this is really a breakthrough for the Smith Station. Of course, they will play Opelika next. They're in a big matchup against Auburn.
2nd down now for Smith Station, and it's offsetting penalties. And handoff up the middle. And that is Mr. Huff, who gets 4 yards to set up 3rd down and short now.
Thrift, I really like this drive by Smith Station. It's eating up a lot of clock.
Thomas, and there's going to be a legal procedure on Smith Station.
By the way, Thrift, girls flag football is just around the corner. The season's already started in Alabama.
Yep.
The Smith Station Lady Panthers went to the state championship a couple years ago.
Yeah, they did.
Of course, the baseball team winning a state championship in 2015. The basketball team in 2021 made the playoffs.
Third down and long now. Toss sweep. There goes Herndon. Herndon trying to make a man miss. Not able to core there to get with the tackle.
Just could not find the
And
corner.
there is going to be a flag. I think that's going to be on Central.
It's got to be taunting.
I think they blew the whistle and he kept going. So this could be an automatic first down for Smith Station. We're going to wait and see what the flag is.
Well, I tell you what, after this game, Coach Patrick Nix is going to have a talk with his team. Say, we got to clean up these mistakes, because if we do this against Dothan, I mean, it could be a lot closer than you think, because Dothan is a team that's hungry. They're going to have to play them on the road next week. And, you know, they've got another couple of games against Enterprise, IMG Academy, Auburn, of course. Central's going to have to clean up their mistakes if they want to try to run the table in this region. Remember, only 4 teams in this region make the playoffs. And we've got 5 really good teams that are ranked in the top 10 in 7A.
So an automatic first down, and now Central needs a timeout. We're going to take one, too. We'll be right back after this.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the 2 here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.
Welcome back to Thursday Night Football on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, as Thomas and the Panthers are at the Central 45. Going to throw it over the middle,
Nice
and
pass.
that is caught.
Good play call.
Going to set up second down and short. Nice job. And Travis Barnes was the intended target that caught that. Set up second down and 1 now. Thomas, who has had a fairly decent game, and aside from turnovers, has done a really good job managing the game so far for Smith Station, as he hands it off to Huff, and Huff is going to get forward progress for a first down. And they're going to get Coach Nix with a 15-yard penalty on unsportsmanlike conduct.
I tell you, a lot of chippiness. It's a rivalry game, and there's just.
They're going to have a sideline unsportsmanlike on, and he's still pretty fired up.
These extracurricular activities it's taken away from the game.
And so he's going to want an explanation from the White Hat on the call here. Well, Coach Nix is trying to get
Coach Nix is fired up.
Well, he's trying to get an explanation. We're going to take a break.
Look at that. Firing up that crowd.
Georgia-Alabama Sports Live wants to say thank you to one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock, and their partnership with everything that we do. And without businesses like Buffalo Rock, we wouldn't be able to go cover softball, volleyball games, every type of high school sport you can think of, local college games, and professional. So thank you to those businesses that support us, and specifically Buffalo Rock. And next time you're watching a Georgia-Alabama Sports Live broadcast after a nice long day, why not enjoy it with a nice, refreshing sorry? The best lemon lime soda around. Thank you to Sorry and Buffalo Rock for our partnership on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
We're back here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live after a very deliberate and I will say maybe a little bit animated conversation between the referee and Coach Nix. We're back here. First down, Smith Station at the Central 33-yard line.
I do want to say I enjoy watching Central on In the Trenches, done by Rex Castillo, Drew Plata earlier this summer. Oh, look at the pressure.
And Thomas is going to have to throw it in the ground, and that's going to be a intentional grounding.
Yeah. He's going to back them up.
They were trying to go deep there, but didn't have enough time, and he didn't know what to do with it. Didn't want to take the sack and threw it into the ground.
Look at Central. We're here in the third quarter. They got fresh bodies that can come in. Great rotations on defense. I mean, that's when you got a 7A team that's the defending state champions. And that was a great championship game last year, too. They dethroned the 4-time champion Thompson.
5:20 and counting. It sets up second down after the intentional grounding penalty. Second down and 15 now for Smith Station. Thomas looking out of the backfield, intercepted, and this may go the distance. 40, still on his feet, and finally driven down all the way at the 10-yard line. He kept looking, and he had his eyes on his receiver and stared him down the whole time, and that guy did not bite on it at all. An easy interception.
Yeah, that's the 4th turnover for Smith Station.
For Central, and he sets up Alford and company deep inside the Panthers territory.
Just when you thought Smith Station got some momentum on that drive, an interception that brings Central all the way back into the red zone. Once again for Andrew Alford and the Central offense. Andrew Alford with 3 touchdown passes. Tristan Williams with 2 touchdown runs. It's been a balanced attack for the Central Red Devils.
Alford fires, caught, touchdown. Dalen Upshaw making a hat trick. 3 touchdown catches, and that was easy picking. 48-8 now, Red Devils.
And give Andrew Alford 4 touchdown passes. That is 9. Count them up. 9 touchdowns on the season.
Extra point is good. 49-8 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
This Friday on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we have another amazing doubleheader as we will be covering the Pacelli Vikings at home, taking on Stone Mountain and Harris County on the road as they look to go 4-0 against Dougherty. Join us for high school game day at 5:30 p.m. with special guests Corey Black and Dave Plata. Friday nights are game nights, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Central scores off the interception. And on the first play after the interception, Alford throws the fade into the end zone for Dalen Upshaw, his 3rd touchdown reception of the game already. And Central up by 41. And that's going to be returnable. And he runs right in the back of his own guy.
Griff, I think the story of this game has been the 4 turnovers that Central has forced on the Smith Station. And Central has been able to capitalize and turn them into points. But yeah, Andrew Alford's been incredible. 4 touchdown passes, 3 of them to Dalen Upshaw, 2 touchdown runs by Tristan Williams, 1 by Donovan Crow. Balanced attack for Patrick Nix, Coach Patrick Nix, and the Central offense.
Looks like we got maybe some cramps.
I think it's just cramps. Thrift, it is a final. Lynette defeats Lochapoka 13-0.
Good win for Lynette. We'll be right back after this.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling into Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs, discounted up to $13,750 off. Chevy Equinox with discounts up to $6,000 off. And listen to this, 2024 Chevy Blazer EV, as low as $295 a month. Brand new Chevy Blazer EV, 24 months lease, just $295 a month.
Get ready to smile.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
We're back here at TC Britton Field, Smith Station, Alabama, as the Panthers are down to the Red Devils 49-8, as we have an injured Panther who finally was able to get up.
So just to correct myself, Thrift, Coach Patrick Nix has been the Central head football coach since 2020.
Right.
That his first year, they started out 0-2, and they finished the season 8-5, lost to Auburn in the playoffs. So 2019 was the year they went to the championship game and faced Thompson. That was Coach DeBose's last year.
First down for Thomas and the Panthers, who had some success on the last drive, just ended with a turnover, and Thomas is actually not the quarterback right now. In for the Smith Station Panthers is number 12, who we don't even have on the roster. And that's going to set up first down. Nice run there to move the sticks.
So the quarterback that's in is number 12, Hunter Well. That's taken over.
Mr. Well getting some valuable experience here. Running back runs right into the quarterback, and then Herndon gets hit immediately. Obviously, you're seeing some of the backups in for Central.
And I think that Central
still some starters out there, but
Central, they got some extra motivation after giving up the touchdown in the first half. That gave Smith Station some confidence, but the Central defense, they want to just prevent any more scoring from happening. They've been physical. They have controlled the line of scrimmage, and they've been able to make the big plays, the big hits, forcing 4 turnovers.
Wills, Herndon, nothing. Third down and long.
And Smith Station will go to 0-3 on the season. Central will go to 3-0. This is the first region game for both teams. Now this region's about to get really interesting because Enterprise plays Dothan tomorrow and Opelika plays Auburn. And all 4 of those teams are 2-0 on the season. And Carver Montgomery's 2-0.
All of them ranked 2 in the Alabama Sports Writers poll. 3rd down and long for Wells and Smith Station. Empty backfield, sets back, throws it short, caught, and it's going to be right at the original line to start these down. So that's going to be 4th down in a punting situation as we head into the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Over end kick. It's going to be fair caught, and Central's going to have it with 1:24 here in the 3rd. And the backup quarterback is now coming into the game for the Central Red Devils.
Is it Bobby Coleman? Who's listed as a sophomore.
Bobby Coleman, 6'2" in the game. Gonna hand it off, and the backup running back, Jashawn Woodhouse, gets a big gain, and they're already in Smith Station territory.
Yeah, Thrift, we're starting to see the future of Central. The running back, Woodhouse, is only a sophomore. Coleman, the quarterback, is only a sophomore. Coach Nix is getting some of his young Red Devils in there for some valuable playing time.
Coleman caught. Nice pass from Coleman.
By the way, Smith Station does host Carver Montgomery right here at TC Britton Field, Panther Stadium next week. Then they go on the road to face Opelika.
And there goes Coleman, rolls that again. Fires to number 6.
I tell you what, Thrift, I like this quarterback, Coleman. He's got some moves. It rolls to his right in the pocket. Accurate with the football.
And that was Javion Patterson for the Red Devils. And 2nd down and short now. There is, I think, a penalty, so they're going to back up.
Well, if you look at the schedule that Central had played this year, you know, they played Pinson Valley week 1. That was Coach Patrick Nix's former team. Remember, Bo Nix broke passing records at that school. And then they play Lutheran North, the 6-time state champion in Missouri.
And that's going to be the end of the quarter.
1 more quarter to go.
Smith Central up on Smith Station, 40-98 here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the 2 here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia Alabama Sports Live, and make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.
$49.8. Coleman, the backup quarterback in, the sophomore. And that's going to be false start on Central. As now the backups are in, this is the future of Red Devil football. But very clinical work from that offense after that opening drive. And also they were set up in easy field position because of some unforced, some forced turnovers. 4 of them for Central Smith Station in this game. Handoff, big hole, huge hole. And there he goes. He's tripped up finally inside the 10, first down and goal for the Central Red Devils. Big time gain by Jashawn Woodhouse.
Yeah, Woodhouse, the sophomore, getting work here in the 4th quarter. That was a big run, and Central's knocking on the doorsteps once again, trying to just eat up the clock and head back to Phoenix City with a win.
First and goal. Fade route, end zone, one-handed catch, touchdown!
Yeah, wow, what a catch!
Wow, and that was
what a great
Michael
throw.
Bass. Mikael Bass. Bass with a one-headed snag, but pretty good throw too from Coleman. And the backups get another touchdown for the Red Devils.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I got to look at the stat sheets. That might be Coleman's first touchdown pass as a Central Red Devil, but I want to confirm. He might have thrown one against Pinson Valley week 1.
Extra point is blocked, picked up. Central cannot.
Oh wow! Did they win?
No, it's waved dead. Once it's blocked, it's done.
Yeah, they whistle that play dead.
Upshaw giving congratulations to his young counterpart in Bass. And with 11:18 remaining, 55-8. Central on top. We'll take a break. Backyard Brawl here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
We're back here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Malone, number 24, who I've been calling Herndon all game, so I apologize for the mistake on that. But number 1, Devin Parham, gets tripped up and had his legs taken up from underneath him. And Smith Station will start at their own 20-yard line. Make that 22-yard line. Tall sweep, the Huff. Huff makes a man miss. Finally gets some open space. First down, Smith Station. And we got another Smith Station player that's on the ground. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back.
This Friday on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, we have another amazing doubleheader as we will be covering the Pacelli Vikings at home, taking on Stone Mountain and Harris County on the road as they look to go 4-0 against Dougherty. Join us for high school game day at 5:30 p.m. with special guests Corey Black and Dave Plata. Friday nights are game nights, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live.
We're back here as Wells in the game, setting up a screen pass to Huff. Huff gets nothing there.
Tackled by number 17.
Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel and you like us on Facebook. That's all we ask from you. Trying to get the 2,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. We're almost there. And there's going to be a sack as Wells gets taken down. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, that was just the Central defense just imposing their will, just bringing the pressure. Big sack as the clock continues to run here in the 4th quarter.
Today was pretty much one of the easier games for my man, Mr. Alford. Easy work for that offense. They were also set up with some easy possessions as they started deep in Smith Station territory off of turnovers. Tall sweep. Malone tackled. So 4th down now. And here comes the punting unit for Smith Station. If you're Smith Station, you're just trying to get better each and every week, trying to build a foundation, Coach Harrison and his program. But Richard talked about it with Central, just juggernaut of a schedule. Next week, in 2 weeks, they play Enterprise, which we would love to be able to see here on Georgia-Alabama Sports Live, but we won't be able to. But as that's going to be returnable by Brown. Brown still on his feet, down to the 30 of Smith Station.
Yeah, according to Max Prep, Central is ranked 17th in the nation. I mean, think about all the great high schools in this nation with IMG Academy, Bishop Gordon, Mater Dei, Madonna, St. Thomas Aquinas. Yeah, Central is up there with all of them. How about Milton from Georgia, Grayson, Carrollton? Yep, Central's in that class with all those schools.
Yeah, definitely one of the top teams in the state. As Coleman is in the at quarterback through a touchdown pass last possession. And Woodhouse, Sean Woodhouse gets 10 yards. Chris, we got a producer, Chrissy Gates, making an appearance. Crazy Chris, what's up, man?
Jeff, I just wanted to take a moment to tell the people about your new show, Unsolicited Hot Take. As we're getting ready to the NFL season and we're already in the college.
I got some fire hot takes, so trust me. If you want the most outrageous hot takes, college football, NFL right now, that'll go to MLB and NBA. Chris, I appreciate all you do, man.
Not a problem. Make sure y'all check that out. That's also on the Georgia-Alabama Sports Live YouTube page.
It'll be on YouTube. Yep, and it'll be on my personal Facebook page, part of the Sports Visions umbrella. I get to cover games under Sports Vision. Speaking of Sports Visions, you can listen to me and DJ Jones. We had an incredible show today. We had on the new Columbus AA general manager because they're having their brand reveal, the AA baseball team, Chris. Pete Lavin was on the show. We had Stephen M. Smith, not Stephen A., Stephen M. Smith of Touchdown Alabama Magazine. We had on national championship winning quarterback and longtime broadcaster Buck Bellew. Mike G. of the War Report was in studio, so you could listen to that. As there goes Woodhouse, still on his feet, touchdown. Put 60 up for Central.
In the house.
Chris has been waiting to say that all game. But you can listen to me and DJ every Monday and Thursday, 4 to 6 p.m. on the Sports Vision's radio app, Sports Vision's Facebook page, Sports Vision's YouTube channel, and 92.1 Smooth RNB. Had a great show, and we'll have another good one on Monday.
And with that, Central taking a 62-8 lead as we're winding down here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a little quick break. We'll be right back here for the rest of Thursday Night Football right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Georgia Alabama Sports Live is proud to partner with one of our presenting sponsors, Buffalo Rock. And without this partnership, it would be hard to be able to live stream all the different sporting events at high schools, colleges, and local professional teams every single week like we do. So we thank Buffalo Rock for their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And next time you're watching a Georgia Alabama Sports Live broadcast, make sure you're drinking a nice, refreshing Pepsi. Delicious. Thank you to Buffalo Rock and Pepsi.
We're back here, 7 minutes left in the fourth. Hope you've enjoyed our broadcast. Presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. For all your car buying experiences, drive up to Opelika, as that is going to be returned to the 10. Still makes a man miss, still on his feet. Still on his feet, a lot of space out in front of him. And he finally gets that out of bounds about the 27. Go to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC.com, full of inventory. If you want a car buying experience unlike any other, where you're going to leave with a smile, that's Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Also, thank you to Pepsi and Buffalo Rock. We also like one of the best lemon lime sodas around. You've seen the commercial. That is Starry. And I am dying for a Starry right now. After a nice long day, I need a Starry, Richard.
You got me thirsty. I saw you drinking a Starry in that commercial.
And by the way, we're also presented by Zaxby's. Anytime for your tailgating needs. It's college football season. You need platters. You need to feed a lot of people. Zaxby's can take care of you. Think of the Judson Humphreys and the Phoenix City location, Zaxby's. And also CVCC. We are going to be home for all of Pirates athletics. Thank you to Ashley Landy, the athletic director. Thank you to Mo Scott, Hunter Vick, Joe Richardson, and the rest of the staff over there. Thank you to Dean Taylor, President Screws. Thank you to everybody that is allowing us to partner. It's year number 2 being home for Pirates athletics, one of the best junior colleges around. Fumble on the play.
Oh,
they're going to say he's going to say he's down, but we are looking forward. So go to cvcc.com if you're trying, whether you want to go to school, whether you want to play a sport, see what CVCC has to offer for you.
Go, you Pirates. Hey, Thrift, I was thinking we gotta come up with an all-state, good hands, Alex Quinney player of the game. I mean, there's several players that we could give this to.
But I think I know where this one's going. So
I'm thinking Andrew Alford.
No, I'm thinking I'm going Dalen Upshaw. But we'll talk
Dalen
about
Upshaw,
it. We'll take a break and we'll discuss it. Hey, leave a comment. Who do you think is the good hands? Alex Quinney, All-State Player of the Game here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We'll be back after this.
Now at Glenn Smith GMC in Opelika, the full-size GMC Sierra 4x4 crew cabs discounted up to a giant $15,000 off. GMC Canyons with plenty of power and excellent towing ability, up to $5,000 off. And the roomy and enjoyable compact SUV, the popular GMC Terrains, up to $6,750 off.
Choose from over 500 new and used vehicles on the lot or on the way to Glenn Smith and Opelika. Get ready to smile.
We're back here, last 5 minutes of this one as Wells keeps the football, moves and gets a first down.
Yeah, Thrift, we got a debate going here who's going to be the Alex Quinney Good Hands All-State Player of the game. We got two incredible candidates. I think that Andrew Alford throwing 4 touchdown passes, but Dalen Upshaw, he's got 3 touchdown receptions.
3 of the 4 were caught by number 5. The Good Hands play of the game, obviously, was that one-handed snag we just saw from Bass as Wells gets eaten alive there. But I think we're going to probably go number 5.
Yeah, ball right at the 39-yard line. Clock continues to run. Central's going to go to 3-0 as they get ready for Dothan next week in Dothan, Alabama. I hope Philip Jordan's going to be ready
Shout
for
out
the Central Red Devils.
Shout out to PJ, your guy, Richard. Tall sweep, Huff, got a lot of space, good blocking in front of him, and there he goes, 50, stiff arms. In Central territory to the 45. Clock running. Wells. Finally, Huff gets stopped, blow the whistle.
I tell you what, 3:13 left to go. If Smith Station can just score here, that just gives them some confidence. You know, I mean, you scored the first points in over 4 years. I mean, that's just continuing to improve on your program.
Wells, toss sweep, and spinning out of a tackle, setting up 3rd down. Wells, toss sweep, Parham, race to the end zone, touchdown! Nice job by Parham on a 40-yard scamper, and Smith Station gets to double digits, scores their 2nd touchdown of the game.
And also, that's the most points that Smith Station has scored on offense so far on the season.
And now the attempt for the extra point. It is up, and it is good. Smith Station gets some much-needed confidence boost on a touchdown towards the end of the game. Make it 62-15. Something to build off of for next week for sure for Coach Harrison and his Panthers. As we have about 1:47, and I would expect a kickoff and then a couple kneels, and we're going to get out of here. We're back here. Should be the final couple plays of the game. We'll have our graphic up for the Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game, and we'll have Richard try to find him on the sideline right after this kickoff, because I think we have made our announcement on who that player is. By the way, you can watch Unsolicited Hot Take on Saturday morning. Usually it's going to drop on Wednesday nights, but this time we're going to drop it on Saturday morning. Looks like it may have been an onside kick attempt there. We'll get that player of the game in just a moment. Oh, he's going to throw and wide open. And they're moving the chains, so they're letting their backups try to move the football. They're trying to get more points on the board.
I tell you what, Thrift, I really like this quarterback.
Well, this
Coleman.
is the future of Central right here, number 12, the sophomore, Coleman. Coleman throws, caught, touchdown. Coleman now has, I think, 3 touchdown passes on his own already. I know that is 2 now, as he found number 19 wide open, streaking into the end zone, Antonio Ware, the sophomore. And that puts 68 on the board for Central. All right, we're going to go ahead here in just a moment, and we'll have All-State Player of the Game. But the extra point first. Extra point is up and straight through the upright. 69-15, 10 touchdowns put on the board for the Red Devils, all on offense. All right, we're going to go ahead and now and find our Alex Quinney All-State Player of the Game. See if Richard can find him. He's right there with his teammates. It's number 5, Dalen Upshaw, with a hat trick, 3 touchdown catches on the day, and he joins the incredible last couple years between Justin Ross, Carmelo English, Cam Coleman. And now you can put Dalen Upshaw in that group of elite receivers that have come out of Central. He had a fantastic game, and we expect big things from Mr. Upshaw. But he is our Alex Quinney All-State Good Hands Player of the Game. 1:04 remaining here in this one. 69-15. By the way, for all your insurance needs, you love Allstate. The #1 Allstate insurance agency in Phoenix City is Alex Quinney. Also, thank you to State Farm Carroll Purdue and Terry Johnson Agency. We appreciate their support of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And thank you to the Morehouse School of Medicine for everything they have done for local high schools around our area. Thank you to Chandra Edwards for their support, especially with the opioid crisis and her giving knowledge and information to the kids about this crisis that is going on. So thank you to Morehouse School of Medicine. Thank you to, of course, State Farm Carroll Purdue, one of the biggest insurance agencies in East Alabama. Love Carroll Purdue and her support from the very beginning. And, of course, Terry Johnson's been 30 years covering our community, taking care of our community, auto, home, life, all of it. Thank you to Terry Johnson Agency. I know you saw all those on the screen here for Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And Smith Station's going to go ahead and take a knee. And that, maybe one more knee will do it. Central go to 3-0. Smith Station goes to 0-3. Remember, tomorrow we'll be live streaming the Pacelli Stone Mountain game, 7:30. Dave Plata, Mike Peacock on the call, live from Dimel Field. And then we're also going on the road, Daughtery, welcoming Harris County. Rick Beach will be on the call for that one. Had a lot of fun here today, Richard. And we see why Central is one of the best teams in the country, the top team in the state of Alabama, and the #1 team in the Georgia Alabama Sports Live high school ratings poll.
Look, and you got to give credit for Smith Station for putting up 15 points. First time in 4 years they put up points on Central, but there's a reason why Central is the 17th best team in the nation, and they look like the favorites to go back-to-back in the 7A, in the AHSAA in Alabama. What a game.
69-15 is the final here. Again, thank you to Terry Johnson Agency, State Farm Carroll Purdue. We appreciate both of those sponsors specifically on what they do. Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC, our presenting sponsor, Pepsi, CVCC. From Richard Aldridge, Chris Gates, Toygar Isla, I'm Thrift Behringer saying thanks for watching Thursday Night Football on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Good night, everybody. Also, thank you to Zaxby's, our presenting sponsors. Judson, I didn't forget about you. Good night, everyone.
This Friday on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, we have another amazing doubleheader as we will be covering the Pacelli Vikings at home, taking on Stone Mountain and Harris County on the road as they look to go 4-0 against Dougherty. Join us for high school game day at 5:30 p.m. with special guests Corey Black and Dave Plata. Friday nights are game nights, and we look forward to seeing you right here on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. Football is back, and the only thing that makes it better is some delicious food from Zaxby's. They're a proud sponsor of Georgia Alabama Sports Live. And I can tell you that everyone on this team loves their chicken. Get all the favorites, such as their signature chicken sandwich, or try the new chicken finger tacos with your favorite drink. From amazing salads, wings, chicken fingers, and some of the best drinks around, there isn't a better way to enjoy our broadcast without getting some fantastic meals from Zaxby's. Check out the two here in Phoenix City, one off Crawford Road and the other on US 80. Thank you again to Zaxby's for sponsoring Georgia-Alabama Sports Live. And make sure you call them for all your catering and tailgating needs this football season.